Hi, welcome back. This is Kim with another step-by-step lesson. Today I'm going to be showing some things in Publisher. Not every version of Office comes with Publisher. So to see if you have it, you can go down to your search box down here and type in Publisher. If it pops up, just go ahead and open it, then you have it. If you don't have it, then I'm sorry, but you can maybe buy it. If you upgrade to, I don't know if you want to call it upgrade, but if you move to Office 365, you will have it. The version I'm using is actually from Office 365. So, yeah, Office 2016 and 2019 versions of Publisher will look a little bit different than this, but I think everything I'm going to show today will exist there. It might just look a little different, but the menus are all pretty much the same. 365 has a few more added features, but we should be good. So anyways, let me tell you what Publisher is. It's not a very popular program for some reason. Most people kind of forget about it. It's a little bit like Word. You can create flyers, invitations, cards, certificates, posters, a lot of things. It's really more, if I had to describe it, I would say it's an entry-level desktop publishing tool more than a word processor. So like Word is designed more to create text documents and add some pictures in, where Publisher is more about the graphics part of it, and it makes it very easy to move things around on the page. It's really fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. So it's a drag and drop type of software, and you really need very little skills to make something that looks really nice. So let's go ahead and get started. When you open up Publisher, this is the screen you'll be in. If you have 2016 and 2019, it kind of looks more like this with your templates down here, which is fine. We can do that. I wanted to show you the humongous amount of templates that come in Publisher. There's tons. So here's a cookbook, poster. These are cards. There's some labels, birthday invitations. Here's an address book. Here's an email newsletter. And they're sorted here also. So like here's personal. So there's a photo album. Here's some birthday gift coupons. Here's a banner. And then if you go to, there's labels. It's a whole assortment of, these aren't all labels, obviously. This is a wedding photo album. Here's a thank you certificate. It's interesting they're under labels. These are definitely not labels, but there's tons of things in here. Calendars, cards, birth announcements. Here's a brochure, place cards. You can go crazy. I'm going to show you how easy it is to change. Let's just do this one since it's calling out to me. Oh, this one, I like portrait. So it's going to download my template. All I did was, now this is really just a bunch of graphics and some text that I can move around. I could just change it. I could, if I want to just write something else here. You can just click and change the text. You know, change the date, whatever. It's, you can keep the font and everything exactly the same, or you can change it. Whatever. So let's say I don't like blue. When you highlight something, that little menu pops up, but you could also just go over to the Home tab, which is where we are, and change it. We can change a different font. We can change a different color. We can make it bigger. Whatever you want to do. So you have all your can also move it. So see how easy this is? It doesn't, like when you're in Word, if you move stuff around, it changes your other things. Or you have to do the text wrap. Here you should do the text wrap too if you're going to go over where there's text, but if it can go on top of the images, no problem. So it's hard to read, so you probably want to leave it here. But yeah, so anyways, it's really simple, fun, it's super easy. You can change it to center. Everything that you can do in Word, you can do here. It's just a lot easier because you can drag things around. I also wanted to show you down here, there's this little slider. You can zoom in or zoom out. So it's just a quick way to, if you wanted to like see what the text was, if it was really small text or something, you can zoom in to see it. Okay, so that's real easy. Another thing I forgot to mention, that Publisher has the same ribbon that the rest of the Office suite has. It has this ribbon up here, and there's tabs with different options on each tab. So there's all sorts of choices on each one. I'm going to go through them real fast. I wasn't going to, but might as well. So the Home tab has all your fonts, paragraph information, styles, your objects are here. All the things that you probably would use the most are right here on the Home tab. The Insert tab has a bunch of things. You can insert pages. Like here we go. Now we've got another page. It keeps that same background. We can get rid of it if you wanted to, but you can enter tables, pictures, shapes, placeholders, calendars. You can enter a text box. So many things. Bookmarks, headers, footers, page number, and then page design. There's a lot of things here. Let's go ahead and start a new one so I can kind of show you some of these things. Okay, I had to stop the recording because my dogs were barking. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to start from scratch from a blank document. Okay, so you can pick a blank portrait, 8.5 by 11. Here's landscape. You can pick more sizes. If you had some special paper, let's say you bought some invitation paper or something and you knew what size it was, you could pick it from here. You could pick one of these. Down here, if you bought it from a certain manufacturer, like from Office Depot, and you bought whatever it is, you bought the inkjet shipping label 4x3 and 1/3 inches. You could just click on that and it'll create the page for you, and it kind of shows you a preview over here. Another cool thing is this section here. These are publication types. So this is where you could do a booklet, business cards, envelopes, greeting cards, mailing labels. So you click on it, it'll kind of give you some options. So I clicked on name tags. So let's say I bought some Avery name tags. It has the model number or item number of the tags. And then this will give you an example of what it's going to look like. So there's a lot of options in here. I am just going to pick a standard piece of paper. So I don't know. Let's make a garage sale flyer. That's something that I could picture people wanting to make. So this is your blank page. Up here is the ribbon, like all the other Office products have. You have different tabs. In each tab, there's a group with different options in each one. I'm going to fly through it real fast just to show you. This is the Home tab with the most commonly used items. Here's your font information for paragraphs, different styles, objects, to arrange things. So here's inserting a table, another page, pictures, page parts. You can draw a text box, word art, date and time, blah, blah. Let's see. The page design tab is where we're going to start. I'll come back to that. Here's mailing, so you could do mail merge, review, so you could research. Like if you had a word, you could highlight it. Here, let's just type a word. insert text box. I just type the word puzzle anyways. And then you go to review, and you can do thesaurus or research or spell check, but it comes up. Okay, you can also press, okay, research options. So it gives you some options of where you want to click OK, go, and then it'll, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of small, but it's a dictionary. It'll tell you what it means, all sorts of things. Here's a thesaurus. So anyways, that's kind of fun. Totally got sidetracked there, so let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, and view helps you, like if you wanted to have a 2-page spread, so if you had, I don't have 2 of these, but if we had 2 pages, here, let's say, okay, whatever. So it enters like this, so 2 pages next to each other, or single page. So it just depends on what you want to see. You can also use this to zoom in and out right down here, this little slider. So you can zoom in and out using that. Okay, so let's go back to page design because that's where I want to start. This shows you where your margins are. So if you wanted to change the margins, like you can make them narrow so they'd be really small margins. Here's your orientation, portrait, landscape. Here's the size. If you want to change the size of the paper, we're going to keep this normal size. The guides are nice. They help line things up. I'm just doing a flyer, so I don't need to do this. But you can align to the guide so it'll snap your item to the guide. I'm not going to do that right now. That's for later. Here's some color theme settings. You could pick colors that you like. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to individually pick. But this is kind of fun. You could pick some fonts. So it gives you some font families that look nice together. So like Calibri and Cambria, or Times New Roman and Arial. So they kind of help you pick some that, so you don't have to sort through all the fonts and try to figure out what you think looks nice. You can just pick one that they've already done. Like here's one. We'll just use that one. Here's where you can choose your background. So you can have no background. You can have a solid color background. There's gradients. If you click on more, you can do a solid fill, a gradient fill. Here's where you can add a picture. Here's where you can add patterns. It's kind of busy for a flyer. You probably wouldn't want to use a pattern, but I'm just going to pick a solid fill. And let's see, let's pick a light blue. That's fine. So where you can change the transparency too to make it kind of see-through, but we're going to leave it fine. Okay, there's our light blue background. I'm not going to add a guide, but I am going to add a center line. I do that because it's an easier way to center things on the page. This doesn't work like Word, and as you just press center, it'll automatically center it on the page. Because this is a free-form graphic art, more design kind of page, you can have multiple text boxes, multiple graphics, and you wouldn't want everything centered on top of each other. So the way this program works is each item can be centered inside of its own container, but then to center it on the whole page, you have to do something different, which I will show you. But to get a guide in the middle, you just go over to the ruler, and then you pull out this little line, and half of 11 is 5.5, so that's the middle of the page. And if you wanted to do one vertical, horizontal, split the vertical, and then it'd be 4.5, 4.25, I'm sorry. So here's 0, 0 up here at the top. So now it's kind of broken into 4 even spots. Don't really need that. I really just need this one center one, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. Okay, so let's go back to our, let's just go to our home tab. That's probably the easiest place to start. So there we go. We've got our document all laid out. We've got our margin set. We have our center guide. We have our background. Now let's just start adding some text. Okay, so in Word, you just click and start typing. But this doesn't know what you want to do. You have to tell it. So I am going to add a text box. So you just basically click and draw your box. And then inside you just type garage sale. That's cute, that's tiny, that's fine. You could go up here and just constantly click, 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 click till you get to the right size. Publisher has a cool thing. If you right mouse click, you can click on best fit and it'll grow the font to fit the size of your text box. So that's pretty useful. I like that. It works well. Also, if you wanted, you could add a background to your text box itself. So you go up here to the text box, oops, shape format, sorry. And your shape fill, you could pick a color. Like let's say if we wanted a white, it kind of makes it stand out a little bit, which is nice. You can even put it outline. So shape format, and then we can go to the shape outline. We could have a black, we can make it thicker. So anyways, there we go. So we've got the starting of our flyer. We need some more text. We need to tell people where to go, etc. So we're going to grab another text box. Let's just draw it here. So we need a date. Saturday, October. Let's do it for tomorrow. And then the time will be 8 a.m. to noon. Then our address. That's a little trick. I don't know if you saw what I did. If you just hit return, it automatically does like almost double spacing. I think it's spacing and a half in between. If you hold down shift while you hit return, it will do single spacing. So that way, you like the Los Angeles, I wanted part of the address. Let's put another thing. No early birds. You always see that on garage sale signs. Anyways, so let's go ahead and do this again. So we're going to highlight it all, right mouse click, best fit. So that fit in our, you know what, I'm going to make this shorter. So Saturday, October 25th. Okay. Actually, we probably don't even need the year because people know. Okay, so there's our text. No early birds. So there's that. Let's add a picture. So we go up to insert, online pictures. Let's look for a garage sale. Now mark this Creative Commons only because that will give you the images that are free to use. They should not be copyrighted or blocked. Here we go, this is a cute one. So then we just drag it where you want it. Kind of moves the, it moves your text as you drag it around, but that's fine. Let's say I think I want this bigger. Whoops, not that big. Let's just make it bold. Anyways, so this is real easy. You just drag things around. Now let's say I did this and I'm gonna make this box bigger. Oh, it's gonna keep growing. Okay, that's fine. Let's leave that alone. So that one's fine. Let's say I wanted this all centered. So if we highlight it all and click on center, it's centered. I promised I'd show you how to center on the page. Let's get rid of the picture. Okay, so let's say we want this whole thing centered on the whole page, not just in the text box. You do that by going to Align and click this bottom option, Relative to Margin Guides. What it means is it's going to center it between your margins. So it didn't do it yet. That's just enabling it. Now you go up again. Now you're going to have options. You can align center, left. So now if we do center, it moves that whole box to the center. So that's, from now on, anything you want centered will be done. You only have to do that one time, the first step. Let's put our picture back. Let's get a different one. Oops, I don't have anything saved on the computer. We have to use online pictures. Let's just put a flower. What the heck? Here, that's a cute flower. Insert. It'll get people's attention. So we just resize it. Put it right here. We don't really want this center. Let's move it over. So there we go. We have our flyer. It's a very simple flyer, but like I said, you can just drag things around. In Word, you can make a very similar item. You can make this flyer in Word. It's just a lot harder because you have to work with text wrapping, and it's harder to get things exactly where you want them in Word. This is just really easy. You just drag and drop, move it around. So then you can go to the File tab. Here is where you can save it. You can print it. So if you click Print, there you go. Pick your printer. This is going to save. I don't have a printer installed here, so it's going to save it as a PDF. All pages, blah, 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 whatever. You can share. So you can send this an email. You can send it as an attachment. You can send it as a PDF or an XPS. You can export it. So this is kind of cool. This is another PDF maker that's built into Office. You can publish the HTML, so you can put it on a website. You can change the file type. You can save it for photo printing. So if you were going to send it to a printer, this is for a commercial printer. This is for photo printing for like on a photo paper, like if you have glossy paper or something. And save for another computer. That's just a regular save, basically. And then close. So basically, that's it. There's a lot more to this, obviously. I was just showing you the very simple part of it. Just how to make a quick little flyer. And how to use the templates and edit them. I hope that you found this helpful and that it looked fun to you. I hope that you go dive in and try to make a flyer or something. It's cute. There's a lot of built-in graphics. It's fun. It makes graphic arts a little bit easier, and it's not as intimidating as trying to do it in like Illustrator or something. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please list them below. Please like this video, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you.